Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Clanfolk. This is a game that's coming to Steam's Early Access program on July 14th, 2022. I'm recording this about a day prior, so for the most part, what you're getting here should be what you get should you buy into the game tomorrow. There is a free-to-play demo, that way you can try it before you buy it. So, on first glance, this game reminded me a bit of RimWorld, but as I started playing it, I started to notice some differences. The art style feels inspired, but the game introduces a bit more complexity in terms of, say, crafting chains and the like. You're still trying to keep a small civilization thriving, but I don't see any, like, enemies. It seems like primarily your biggest antagonist is going to be weather and nature itself. So let's go ahead and take a look around real quick. Now, it's worth mentioning that this is not going to be a full-blown review. I've only been playing this for about an hour, and I need a lot more time to fully understand it. But I wanted to show you the beginning parts of the game, and that way, if you like what you see, you can, play it to your heart's content when this comes out. So there is a settings menu here. I suggest, just adjusting this as you see fit. Screen edge panning always bothers me because I play in windowed mode, so just turn that off if you like. Video settings here, again, toggle anything that you like. And then sound sliders here, nothing too fancy there. Pause if I've gone too quickly, and that way you can see it in greater detail. New game. So this is kind of strange. You will be able to assign points to the world. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about. I'm assuming you're weighting the world itself. Like, how often will lakes appear? Well, how often will mountains appear? That kind of thing. It would have been nice to have a little bit more, customization options here, in the sense that I just want to build the world the way I want it, rather than being confined to 3 points. Yeah, you could, take out lakes and add more mountains, or whatever, vice versa. But it would have been nice to, RimWorld has a nice little world builder, and I would have liked to have seen something similar there. When you're happy with your decision, so let's just do something like that. Hit Build World. It'll take you to, like, here's the screen. It shows you what the world is going to look like. It says new map on the very top. I'm going to assume that we'll refresh it and slightly change it. From there, you're going to click on Build Clans, and you're building a clan, I believe, in like the Scottish Highlands, but don't quote me on it. So you're going to choose one of these crests here, and you can see it change on the upper left-hand course. And then you can change your recommended starting. For example, this is a fresh start. A clan builds their first homestead. So if you want everything sort of built for you, you can click on that if you want, although it looks like you can adjust some things. You can also toggle tutorials on or off from there. Instead, if I go to custom, you start from nothing, and you just sort of add members to your family as you see fit, and you'll be able to change more from here. I have not messed with this, to be honest with you. This is just something, I took the standard A fresh start because I was completely new to the game. But, there are, looks like 3 different presets along with a custom. So there's that. And then once you're done with that, the game takes you, on an adventure, so to speak. I'm going to go back to the main menu and load up the save that I'm working on so that you can kind of see what's going on with it. DGA, there we go. Alright, so here we are. It is nighttime currently. There's a lot going on in this interface right now. The upper left-hand corner reminds me of the whole RimWorld text. It was on the right-hand side on the RimWorld game, but or maybe it was the left, I don't know, I'm old. Anyway, upper left-hand corner, you can see the current year, the outside temperature. This part reminds me of RimWorld in the sense that, people freeze, they get hot, stuff burns, that kind of thing. If you hover over, say, a water tile, you can actually see, like, local area 490. I'm going to assume that that's how many, like, fish are in the lake, but don't quote me on it. Again, there's still a lot to this game that I'm not too sure about. But I'm going to go ahead and fast forward time, that way we can actually see things in the daylight. I think someone's playing an instrument, possibly? Anyway, so yeah, you start the game with like a small family. is what this is all about. And you can even click on them to see their stats on the left. And it's sort of like The Sims. They've got a mood bar, health, food, water, sleep, warmth, cleanliness, bathroom, social, fun, environment. Is that plaid? What? Okay, I just thought that was funny. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. That's not a status bar I would see often in The Sims, or Rimworld for that matter. But anyway, so right now they're sleeping. I'm gonna wait for daylight so we can actually show you more around the environment. There's a fast forward button there in the upper right hand corner. There's some other buttons that you can look at, like roofs auto, growth rate overlay. There's water overlay, fertilizer overlay, temperature overlay, environment overlay, paths overlay. This is how people spend their time walking around the neighborhood. And then on the right-hand side, there's like, things that alerts, essentially. Like, you need some raw meat in order for it to be cooked, that kind of thing. All right, so it's starting to become daylight, so we can kind of see what's going on now. People are going about their daily business. You start with none of this, by the way. This is something that I've been doing for the last hour. What is overwhelming to me is the sheer amount of build options. In RimWorld, yeah, the build menu is fairly large there, but it seems like, again, there's a supply chain, A leads to B leads to C kind of thing in this game, and that is a little overwhelming. On the very bottom middle of the screen, you'll see a button called Ideas. I'm going to click on that. And here, this is sort of like your progression tree. You start off on the top, gather berries, pick mushrooms, gather branches, gather stones, and certain things that you do will unlock more recipes and more ideas so that you can actually do more things. So as I scroll down here, like you start getting into, flax sheaf, flax stems, hay, oat sheaf, straw. Further down, you've got roofs of various types, eel trap. Rather than picking berries, you can start making eel traps. And then you get into tools like stone hoes, stone axes, the ability to till soil, and then down even further. You can see where I'm going with this. There's still a lot more that I have yet to unlock, but the amount of unlockables in this game is, again, it's impressive and overwhelming all at the same time. I'm sincerely hoping that this recommended start that I've got going on here is lax enough to allow me to explore this at my own pace, rather than me feeling pressured to not only learn the UI and the game, but also to keep people alive. I would have liked, again, more customization options in the beginning. Maybe, make a world map that is super plentiful with a lot of berries, and even during the wintertime, something that will give me food in case I didn't expect this to happen, now I'm dead. I would have really liked more customization options so I could learn at my own pace without feeling frustrated. I'm hoping that this recommended start gives me the ability to do that. It still stands to, I haven't figured that out yet. We're only an hour into this playthrough. Maybe something will happen and everyone will die a horrible death. I haven't seen that yet, but it's possible. But like RimWorld, there's a lot of learning to go on when it comes to building your own settlement. Anyway, getting to other things. Bottom left-hand corner is the select button. Then there's a buildings menu. Now again, these options will grow as you unlock more things. So I can build walls, for example. I only have the ability to build a hay wall, and now I've got log walls and wattle wall and so on. Floors, other things like straw doors. You can pick up, dismantle things, objects, sleep areas, sleep mat, drink zone. So you can customize, this is where they drink. You can create sleeping mats or floor mats. There's a poop hole for people that need to use the bathroom. I've got 3 poop holes up here. What I have to do to maintain them, I couldn't tell you, but I'm keeping them nice and far away from everybody if I can help it. Nope. This is kind of cool. In the beginning of the game, I had a parent actually carrying around Christine here, taking them to the water hole or putting them to bed, so I can actually see the mother actually taking care of the kid. That was kind of cool. I like that. Other things, that was just basic needs, standing torches and the like, but then there's food, cooking fire. As far as like creating things is concerned, you'll have different crafting stations. So if I click on the charcoal kiln here, you'll see that I have the ability to craft this charcoal in the bottom left. The little cog wheel is like have auto supply of this, so keep 10 in your inventory, but don't go anything past that. Here's the cooking fire. You can even do this wait until tomorrow and repeat the build queue so that you don't overcook on things. Again, I haven't fully, like, optimized this at all, but, you know, it is a thing. But yeah, you can freely add things, click things to remove them. So yeah, there's that. What else we got going on here? Planting. I have not messed with this. I'm currently clearing out the grass. That not only gives me like straw, which is this here, or hay. I'm sorry, hay. And then I use the thresher here to turn that into various things. Like there's flaxseed, hayseed, oat grain. I should probably auto produce some of that. There we go. We'll do 10, I guess. But yeah, you can sort of see how much you're going to have. There's straw, flax stems. So again, supply chains. That's what this game's all about. Hide rack. I don't think I can do anything here. It's just storage, I believe. Anyway. So I'm clearing out land so that I can try and farm. If you click on something, you can actually see the clear trees command. So I'll do that. And then now I can do that multiple times, which is kind of cool. You can also do that via the jobs button on the very bottom. And you'll see things like clear grass, gather stones, mine gravel, mine mountains, clear trees, clear bushes, clear stumps, gather clay. And again, this is just like one thing. I mean, like, there's more to unlock. Hunt wild animals. I'm going to go ahead and hunt. I don't want to hunt my own chickens. There's some mushrooms there I may want to pick, though. I saw animals running around. Okay, there's a rabbit. I'll go ahead and hunt that rabbit. And there's some mushrooms up here. Let's see if I can pick the mushrooms. There we go. And there's some berry bushes. I'm going to go ahead and pick the berry bushes as well. In the upper left, there's an inventory. I'm out of berries. I'm out of raw meat. I've got 5 cooked eel, and that's it. So I think what I may do is, like, gather a little bit. We'll gather some berries, but I don't want to gather too much because food does rot in this game. I do have storage for these things. I've got, looks like 2 smoked meat, 3 cooked meat, and 5 cooked eel there. So that's not bad. I've got some dried mushrooms that I collected from before. So I think my food situation isn't bad, but it's not great either. Again, my goal is going to be chopping down these trees and trying my hand at farming. Task list, you can kind of see the possible tasks: hunting, gathering, cooking, farming, what people are doing, your inventory. Again, this is very overwhelming down here. There's even a skills section like in RimWorld where you can see, okay, this person has these skills and these various things. You can increase their priority by clicking these up arrows and down arrows and so on. So there's that. Family tree, again, this is more of like a tight-knit kind of game, where, you know, you've got this small family, people age, people die. I wish I could turn that off just to see, like, you know, how I want to get used to the game without the time crunch of, well, time. I don't work well under pressure, and I would have liked more freedom. Hopefully they don't die off too quickly. I want to get attached to the characters that I'm actually making at this point, but yeah, as far as I can tell, there's no way to turn off aging in this game. But yeah, that is a quick overview of Clanfolk. I still have a lot more to do. I need to build myself a house. I was thinking about doing that, say, right here. So maybe I'll clear these stumps out. I kind of want to clear this bush out. Maybe we'll chop down this tree. And then maybe I'll make a house here. And then if I can, store it for moving. Okay, so it doesn't look like I can actually store things for movement in this game. But yeah, there's still much more to do. You know, at some point I'll be able to make clothing for my people. Again, there's a huge ideas tree here that at some point I stopped reading these alerts because I'm like, it kept advancing the game, and I'm like, well, I don't even have enough sticks for this thing yet. Why? I'm advancing my technology, so to speak, and I'm overwhelmed. But that being said, I look forward to, you know, maybe playing this a bit more and seeing what else the game has to offer. I mean, it's got that RimWorld graphical vibe, but again, the major difference here seems to be it's more like family based. There's no bandits attacking you as far as I can tell. Again, I'm only an hour in, so maybe I'm wrong about that. But I have not come in under attack by anything. People haven't been, you know, dying left and right from various animals just mauling me randomly. Nothing like that. But it seems like you will have to contend with the cold, the weather, and other things like food and hunger. So I am looking forward to this. I like a more passive experience. The Long Dark, for example, is a great example of a game that it's just you versus nature. There's no other, invasions, or the Borg don't show up and just murder you, that kind of thing. It's just you versus the nature versus the elements. So yeah, go check this out. Again, there's a free-to-play demo should you wish to try it before you buy it. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.